51st hour of Adventurers Wanted. My name is Leo. I'm going to be your games master this morning. While this is not technically a relaxed performance, we do still have a relaxed attitude to sound and movement from the audience for the benefit of people that would struggle to stay still or silent for the entire hour. The lights are going to stay exactly like this, but there may be some sound effects from Wilhelm at the back. There will also hopefully be some mood music should tech be amenable. Yes, what is this? This is a tabletop role-playing game, which means that each of the four people on my right and left here play individual, unique characters in a fantasy setting. As the Games Master, I play the fantasy setting, the refugees that they're trying to marshal, the food stocks that they're checking, and indeed the weather when it becomes applicable. And to try and keep things somewhat fair, we roll dice to interact with one another. The most commonly used die you'll hear us talking about is the D20, 20-sided die, and in terms of numbers, higher is better. Where a natural 20 on this die is a automatic success, and a natural 1, as we call it, is an ultimate failure, no matter how easy the thing was supposedly going to be. Thank you, Bex. So, the story so far. Like I said, this is our 51st hour, and we're running a continuous plot here, so let me try and condense those 50 hours into a couple of sentences. The four players are members, they're playing characters who are members of a rebellion which for the last 5 years have been enslaved by an imperial cult who made them mine a mysterious ore. And when this cult's god disappeared, they decided to rise up against them and unite the local region and march on the capital city of Goldcrest, kicking the cult out. And then they celebrated, and they were trying to find out what this ore was and why the cult spent 5 years getting so much of it. Unfortunately, then a few days later, the cult came back with a massive army, full of eldritch monstrosities, and kicked the rebellion back out of Goldcrest, the capital city, meaning that in the last few hours what they've done is led a refugee column from Goldcrest up to their town of Homewood. And the very last thing that happened was the players were having a discussion over what to do, considering this village, which was built for 200 people, is now housing over 1,000. So it's a little bit cramped, and there isn't much food. We'll come straight back into the situation in a moment, but first let's meet our players and their characters. So starting on my right here, tell us your name, your character's name, their pronouns, and a little bit about where their head is at the moment.
Okay, so hi, my name is Bex. I use she, her pronouns. My character's name is Fatchy Moon. They are an orc ranger. They use they, them pronouns. Fatchy had a bit of a time. Has aged about 30 odd years in about a day. Watched their friend die. You know, they've had a day off just to have a bath and calm down a little bit, and now they're back and ready to start helping and sorting stuff out.
Fantastic.
My name is Reese. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing a Tabaxi druid. A Tabaxi is a cat person, for those not in the know. And my character's name is Professor Drawsell, or Digby to his friends.
Yeah, it'll be Digby.
Yep.
Cool. Miranda?
My name is Miranda. I'm playing a half-elf bard called Adesana Leodon, but we are calling her Addis because it's a bit of a mouthful. And she is all about, she loves folklore, she's studied at a bard college, and she kind of is all about the happily ever afters and how things go in fairy tales, which has not been working out very well for her so far, because she did nearly die in the last episode. But she's sort of following the heroes around, documenting their tales, trying to get a sense of what it's like to really be a hero. And that's where she's at the moment.
And yourself?
Hi, my name's Erin. I use she, her pronouns. My character is Cora Bottlegreen, the halfling rogue. who is morally ambiguous and currently trying to pass as a child in order to gain more sympathy.
And what are Cora's pronouns?
She, her.
She, her as well. Okay. The debate raged through the night, and just for the sake of Adesana, we're going to say that everybody, that you've had a long rest, that you've been able to sleep, get your head down, get your health back, get your spells back, because everyone else is pretty fresh and ready to go. You know that Ilassi, the headstrong leader of the elves, or not the leader of the elves, but the leader of the rangers, ordered a stock check of everything that was in the town hall, including, adventuring supplies, so rope, rations, of course, and the ore stores that the sorcerer Nils has been using. Like I say, 50 hours of backstory. If you do need anything clarifying, please let me know, because I will just barrel on. That the sorcerer Nils has been using to try and work out what the ore does, and indeed, the last time we saw Thatchy, they had managed to secret a piece of refined ore to Nils to help him in this research. While that stock check is being done, a conversation needs to happen about what to do with all the new people. Do any of the characters have any thoughts? As below you in the town square, you can see just a sea of people. You can't see the pavement. It doesn't feel like a riot, but it could be. It's anxious.
I have a question. Did I stay in the town hall overnight?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes.
Cool. That's fine.
Narratively, it makes sense for you not to have even slept. But mechanically, we're gonna say
I probably lay down in a corner and.
Yeah.
Where are these guys? They're not in the town?
They're here with you in the council chambers as well. Gashik, the lizard person, is there still pushing for martial law, still saying that you need to set up specific camps that would concentrate the population into various points, and everybody else seems to not like that idea for some reason unknown to Gashik.
Can I propose a counter-argument to that, if you don't mind? This town was a mining town at one point, correct?
So it was, but the mines have been caved in.
Well, that's...
Thanks to your adventurers poking around down there.
I think the adventurers...
That was you, wasn't it?
Well, they were only trying to help. I'm sure that, it was a necessary thing.
Aye, and so is what I'm suggesting.
I don't think it is, though. I don't think putting everybody in a camp is really what we're after. I mean, they're already sort of in a camp at the moment outside, and they don't like it. It's not good.
The suggestion I was going to make is if access can be made into some of those caverns, that access up more land for it to be used for farming. We don't want to be taking up unnecessary space on town soil that can be tilled.
So you're saying we excavate the tunnels and shove the refugees in there?
Not so much shove as try and make it as
Place
hospitable.
gently.
Place.
Gently. They've been through a lot. May I garner a suggestion? Are we not near some woods?
But the Oaken Bramble is maybe half a day's ride.
Is there any way we could create some kind of accommodation in the forests?
Thatcher, you've been to those forests. What do you think?
I would say that the forests, they're not necessarily the nicest of places.
Never mind, caverns it is.
Right, well, we'll send out some people to excavate those caverns immediately then. In the meantime, I think, and Simon is interrupted as an elf comes in holding a scroll, hands it to Simon. He takes it, unrolls it. Simon is this young, charismatic, sort of blonde fighter that has been sort of de facto the leader. He reads what was said. Good. And then, as you're watching him, his face grows darker. Something is missing. Our ore. All of the rest of it that was in the stocks downstairs is gone. Somebody's taken it. There was a back door, of course, but that has been guarded and under lock and key, and
What does that mean that it's got to be somebody in this building?
well, it does mean that there is perhaps a mole in the ranks.
It couldn't be.
We could go and have a look, see if we can find any traces of anyone in that room, but for the meantime, it's maybe best to get the town hall on lockdown. Not let anyone in or out until we've discovered if anyone is missing and what's afoot.
That's probably a very good idea. Who knows what's been going in and out throughout the night. Obviously, the town hall was on lockdown from the front, but we didn't realise that people would... There would be this many people, and... Listen, I want to keep this quiet for now. If word goes out that there's ore floating around and that people have been stealing things from the hall, then it'll re-escalate the situation.
Yes, that would be very bad.
Since the four of you are here, you know what I'm going to ask.
Oh, joy.
Yes.
I need you to get to the bottom of this quietly.
Yep, I'm sure we can do that. No
I
problemo.
know just how dangerous this ore can be. No problem.
So where do we start? Who's got the motive? Where's the butler? Is there a butler here?
I think
The butler died in the initial rebellion.
So it's not the butler. Ruled him out.
Why don't we start by investigating where the order was held?
that's...
Yes, that's a better idea. Let's go and do that.
I like you. Yeah, so I think we're going to head down to the storerooms where yours.
Absolutely. You head down, and the basement area, which initially was a holding pen for Gru, for these horrendous dog-type creatures that are manifestations of the ore. This is where you've been keeping everything in here, and there is a very obvious hole in the boxes of supplies where the ore was. Nothing else has been taken, just the ore.
Can I have a look at the boxes?
I'd like to help with that.
Yeah, sure. What are you looking
I'm
for?
trying to figure out whether or not if it was broken into or broken out of.
You mean the room?
The room boxes, yeah. From what I've heard, this ore does weird stuff.
Okay. So, oh right, I see. Right. So the boxes. So, let me just paint the picture again. So there's a storeroom full of boxes, and there are rows and rows of it. But there's some of the boxes are missing. It's not that the boxes have been broken open. It's that they are gone, and there's an obvious sort of hole in the ranks of boxes. Where
Can
they've
we
just
then-
been
Perhaps we
lifted
should
out
check
and
the
taken.
door to see if that was broken into or out of.
Yeah, you can roll an investigation check.
Can I investigate the area around the missing boxes?
Yep.
See if there's anything.
That's not bad.
That's good. I assist.
Yep.
Please. That's a 12 I got.
16.
Yes.
The door was
Do I
almost
roll it?
definitely
Yeah,
not
no.
forced.
Okay.
It's exactly the same. It's another 12 and
as-
12.
Hang on, one at a
sorry.
time, guys. So, what were you gonna?
12 on
12.
that.
Okay, I'll come to you in a second.
So as a rogue, would I have any idea if the lock had been picked at all? Since I'm.
Yeah, you absolutely would, and it hasn't.
Okay, so it's no.
The door was not forced. The hinges seem to be working perfectly normally. there's no scratches around the lock.
Is there
Seems
anything on
No
like the
sign of
floor around the
interference.
door, like any footprints, anything that might be of use?
So this links into what the information I'm
Right.
about to give over here. Generally around the floor there are a lot of footprints. They all seem to be the sort of very light leather boots that the elves have been wearing as they move around taking their stock check. You can see that the floor is incredibly disturbed. You don't find any footprints that you wouldn't expect to be there. So yes, there are footprints, but nothing that you go, oh, hang on a second.
Nothing odd.
Yeah.
Can I investigate the hole where the boxes were?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything anything apart from a literal hole in the boxes?
Yeah, have another investigation check there.
Ooh, 9.
As you get up close, you don't see, you sort of glean that the boxes were lifted quite neatly and handily out. There's no scrapes along the floor.
I think it may be a good idea to speak to Simon, see who has keys and would be able to access this room, and start with them.
As a note, is this ore heavy?
Yeah, it's boxes of rocks, basically.
It would need to be someone
Yeah, but
strong.
like pumice or like...
Oh, I see what
Yeah.
you mean. Yeah, so sort of a granite type
Right,
thing.
okay.
So
Well,
it's pretty heavy.
the other thing we should find out is if anyone has seen anybody where is this all just stored here, or surely someone would have noticed. Have we kind of discerned how many boxes were taken, or is it not actually that obvious?
You weren't aware how many were left beforehand.
Would I have been a bit more aware, being more involved?
Roll
in
a
the
history
war?
check.
This is going to be appalling, I can just tell already. Oh, 14.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of remember there were 4 or 5 boxes of ore here.
Okay. And
There was
big
quite a
boxes.
lot. Yeah, crates. Sort of think Indiana Jones warehouse type
Right.
situation
Oh, wow,
going on
okay.
here, but not as big.
I've got an idea. Using my druidic abilities, could I turn into a bloodhound?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Wow.
So you morph down into the form of a dog. Would you like to describe your dog to us?
So, Scooby-Doo with like a bit shaggier, blonder hair, like brown splotches, like honestly a bit looks like they haven't been taken care of at all.
Oh,
Apart from when I turn into a cat, which I do enjoy.
Can I pet the dog?
It's not a welcomed touch.
Oh, okay. Sorry, apologies.
I want to sniff around the empty areas where the boxes are to see if I can pick up a scent of either the box or someone that would have moved them.
sure. Roll a perception check
With my keen
with
sense-
advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, with advantage.
Nat 20.
Okay. You pick out specifically about a dozen different scents in this room, plus your party members, obviously. They all smell elfy to you. It smells like, it smells very much like the forest and the mud, and it's a hunter's smell.
The smell of a
leather
ranger,
armor.
yeah.
Yeah, essentially. But there are 12 distinct ones here in this room. You can pick out any of them at will if you want, but you don't recognise any of them because obviously you don't spend your time
as a
as a
bloodhound.
dog, yes, sniffing people. Maybe you should from here on in.
It would be helpful.
Really helpful.
Actually, do you know what? It would be.
I'm just gonna take. What's the scent that's the strongest? What scent feels like it's been here the most?
Yeah, you've picked it out. It's sort of got a more stony sort of feel to it. You can smell almost petrichor mixed in with the leather and the mud.
Okay. Gonna hook onto that scent. I'm gonna look at my party members and I'm gonna bark. Woof. Decipher that what you will. I'm gonna head towards
The dog
door.
barks.
I'm gonna try and follow that scent out if I can.
Okay. Does anyone speak dog?
Let me just check my proficiencies. No.
Oh, damn. The dog barks at you and heads towards the back door and scrapes to try and be let out.
So I think he wants us to go this way. Yes? You can.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, hang on. 1 bark for yes, 2 for no. Do you want us to come with you? Cool. Just clarifying that.
Give it a
Hang
second.
on.
Maybe there'll be another. Oh no, it's a yes.
No,
It's
no,
a yes.
okay, it is a yes. So I guess we will go through that door.
Okay, cool. The door is locked.
Cool.
The back door is you find it locked, and in fact,
Well,
I
it
go
was
to
the door
road
that
and I
you.
just sit in front of her.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I'm a mere child.
I did think it was a bit odd that we were bringing a kid with
A
us.
small 2.7 foot child. Can I get on the dog's back?
You have to ask the dog. He wasn't very keen about me petting him.
That's a no.
That's a no.
Or he might have said yes twice. So
Just so confusing. So confusing.
I do have +1 animal handling. No, that's not
No,
good enough.
no.
Oh, look, over there. That looks like a clue. Can I pick the lock one?
roll a deception check.
Can I roll perception instead?
No.
Worth a try.
No.
Can I roll
Hang on, 12. Can I get an insight check from you two, please?
Yeah. I mean, my passive perception
12.
is higher than that, so I'm gonna see.
12 also.
Yeah, but this
Natural
is insight.
one. I have
Natural one.
no idea.
Oh, look, there's a clue. You're like,
I'm gonna go start investigating the area they've pointed towards for any further clues.
sure, roll an investigation check. Whereas Addis, you see through it. And she does not turn away.
I knew you weren't a child.
21.
Or you're just a child that's very good at
I've had a
lockpicking.
tough life.
That's fair enough.
I was
It's
kicked
not
out of my village as an orphan.
Oh,
You
that's
find a
so
scrap of
sad. A
paper.
tragic backstory.
I actually find a clue.
Wow.
You find a scrap of paper on the floor. You unfold it, and it bears a single word. Clue.
Meanwhile, I pick
What
the
does
lock.
this mean?
Yeah, okay, so you roll, add your dexterity modifier and your proficiency modifier, which would be 3 by now.
What's 9 + 7? 16.
16 total?
Yes.
Yeah, so you do manage to jimmy the lock open. It takes a couple of seconds.
Well, I
and
am
it's not-
only young after all.
After all, you haven't had much practice. But you do manage to hit the click and the tumblers fall into place. You turn the door and it leads directly out and up a slight ramp into sort of meadowy woodness ahead of you. Not forest. You smell... The smell does in fact lead you around the corner to the right and away into the town. It would be very difficult to follow this smell through the township itself, considering the amount of people here. However, you do see a small figure leaning over in front of you by the meadow. She's got a knife in her hand, and she's leaning, cutting plants and putting them into a bag.
Quantify small.
Smaller than you.
Sweet. Can I...
Under 2 foot.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Can I sneak up and try and get a closer look at what she's doing?
Yeah, roll a stealth check.
Non-natural 20.
Right, fantastic. You are incredibly quiet. You can see that this is a gnome, older lady though, with her hair flecked with white, and she seems to be pruning various herbs and collecting samples. And
As
putting them in.
someone who has been in the town of Homeward, would I recognise her?
You actually wouldn't.
Okay.
No, you do not recognise her as someone from Homewood. So you can only assume that she is someone from Goldcrest who has just come up.
Okay.
And it occurs to you that Simon was worried specifically about spies coming up with the Goldcrest refugees. So is she suspicious? Who knows?
Can I smell her?
Yeah, yeah, you can smell
like?
it. She smells sort of smoky. There's an undertone of peat with a lovely nose of sort of rosemary and thyme on top.
I'd drink that.
I'm going to start doing
Like,
this
really
as whiskey descriptions.
Delicious.
Can I approach her, but in a skipping, jovial manner?
Sure, you've already snuck right up close to her, so if you'd like, you can
Skip
sneak
round.
away.
Yeah.
Sneak
then
away
skip back
into the
up.
meadow, and then skip through the meadow.
Sure, roll a performance check for your skipping.
18.
Yeah.
I'm
You
rolling so well.
skipping.
Yeah, you're doing great.
The gnome notices you skipping and goes, "Oh, look, a wee child." Hello.
Hello, my name's Cora. What's your name?
I'm Dorina. I'm from Goldcrest.
Hi,
How are
Dorina.
you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right.
Are you sure? I heard it was quite bad at Goldcrest.
Considering, I'm trying to push through. You know, I'm here. I'm gathering herbs. I'm an alchemist. you
That
see.
sounds fun. What does this one do?
Oh, this one is part of a potion of healing, and it's going to help some of our people in the village get better.
You seem really nice.
Oh, thank you.
That's my
Insight
dog.
That's my dog.
Yeah.
As you're just there sniffing her.
That is my second natural one of the day.
Do you know what? She's well sus.
Yeah,
You really think that she's the one. She's the one who did it single-handedly.
Are me and Thatchy still like in the? We're in the.
Are you?
I think I'm sort of lurking at the door, watching
Yeah.
this go on. Be like, damn, this child
I don't trust her.
knows what they're doing.
I do a cartwheel.
Acrobatics check?
Yeah, you're fine.
26.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Would you
Wow.
like to add a flip on the end?
Double backflip round off, please.
Okay, no worries. Cartwheel, double backflip, stick the landing.
Yeah, it's delightful.
Thatchy is going to take out their short sword and approach.
Can I just stop Thatchy from doing that?
How strong are you?
We'll see.
Oh, right. Okay, we're going to contest it, are we?
Well, I mean, I've rolled 2 natural ones already, so let's see.
That's a 15.
I got 16, 21.
Yeah, no, this
I
isn't...
try and stop them.
The orc breaks out of your grip and they
Really don't think this is a good idea.
wander over, short sword in hand.
It's not pointed out, it's more just sat down to the side. I'd like to lean over
And the gnome sees you
and
there.
just glare at the gnome really intensely.
Can I
Oh, goodness.
follow her out? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about. No, I'm so sorry about this. They're really not. They're not like this normally. I don't.
Can I help you? Can I help
I'm
you
gonna
at all?
sniff
Or-
her and see if she smells like the ore.
She doesn't smell like the ore, no. Can I help you? What, are you looking for something?
We are. What do you know about what we're looking for? And I'm just gonna glare at her even more.
I haven't got a clue. Are you looking for apples? There's a lovely apple tree over there.
I thought we were in a meadow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Trees and meadows. it's fine.
Singular tree.
She's
Yeah.
panicking.
That she's gonna lean backwards and just keep the really intense stare, which is kind of like that because
Can
Thatchy's like
I-
7 foot
I've
tall.
been out here in the meadow collecting herbs all evening, I swear.
Can I sneak over behind Thatchy and try and steal their sword out of their hand?
Yeah, roll a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
As she said she's been there all evening, I revert.
Okay, and suddenly the greyhound is, what are you again?
I am a
A
tabaxi.
tabaxi, yeah. So the dog becomes a cat. And then the cat stands on its hind legs and grows to full human height. Ah!
Sorry, not my.
What did you
You've been
get?
here all evening?
11.
11.
No.
So the small kid, the halfling, starts like groping at your hand, trying to pull the sword out of your hand.
I'm just gonna pick them up.
I'm not even going to make you roll for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, fair.
You've been here all evening?
I've been here all evening in this meadow, out behind the hall, collecting herbs.
Have you seen anyone come out of the door we came out?
Oh, let me think. I saw a dragonborn walk past here. He was humming to himself or something, and then there was an elf and a human. He was in very nice clothes, the human.
What colour was his hair?
Brown.
That's nice.
Are they carrying boxes?
No, not that I can remember, no.
Okay.
Can you please put me down? Thanks. Sorry
Well,
for
I
trying
really
Do
think
not
we should
go
to
anywhere,
Simon.
and I'm gonna turn back
I
round
think
and
Simon's
go back to
probably
go find
somebody we
Simon.
should speak to.
Okay.
I've said that to the professor. I'm just calling you the professor now.
That's fair. You're not allowed to call me Digby yet.
Oh, then you shall be the professor. So
Harsh, rude.
gutted.
Um,
I did just meet you, so
That's fair.
fair.
It's not a bad. Do you know any dragonborns around town? Do you know what? Remember the color of the dragonborn?
Silver.
Silver.
Oh,
Did you
I don't really know
recognise them
anyone
from-
here, so
Well, you roll a history check.
I don't really know anyone here. It was a 6.
It was a 6. You don't know anyone in Holmwood. However, being a bard from Goldcrest, you run in bardic circles.
That I do.
That you do. And there is a silver dragonborn bard in Goldcrest. Probably he came up here with the refugees. His name is Gildas.
Okay.
And last you know, because you would know, he was actually writing an epic about the war in poetical form. And I don't know whether Addis would consider that a rival to her own or not.
Well, of course, I'm very supportive of everyone else's art. But I've always had a funny feeling about that guild ass, as I call him. I mean, no, this is okay. So I think I know who this dragonborn might be. You know, there might be other dragonborns, but there is a poet who came up from Goldcrest with everybody else. And he fits the description, and maybe we should go and investigate. Maybe we should find out where he's staying, where he is, what he's up to.
I agree.
Maybe
That or we look for the human guy.
I
human
think
guy.
maybe we could start by speaking to Simon, seeing who has keys if the lock was not meddled with. Because this guild ass,
Definitely how you pronounce his name.
right,
Yes.
may not have a key.
Maybe we should take Dorina because she seems really nice and she wants to help people, so she might be able to give Simon some help about healing people in the town. And she also might know some things about the people when she's not so scared by Thatchy.
I'd be willing to run some alchemy sort of lessons and get some potions of healing going.
That might be a good idea.
Potions of healing would be an excellent idea considering the past day I've had.
So you walk back upstairs to Simon, Dorina in tow.
In hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna literally walk immediately behind Darina. I do not trust her.
I'm going to take her hand.
Aww. Sure. And Simon looks expectantly as you come through the door. Is this her? Is this the suspect?
No, this is Darina. She's my friend.
This is just some random woman we found.
Very.
We thought we'd bring with us.
I don't know why I give you guys any jobs to do.
No, I don't know why you give us the job either.
She is very suspicious.
I mean,
There's some
she
mi-
looks
there's-
like
yeah.
a cute gnome to me.
There's some
No
mixed
offense.
mixed opinions on this woman.
She's got lots of flowers in her bag.
So,
She's an alchemist.
right, so alchemists tend to have lots of flowers in their bags.
Yes, but she can make things that make people better.
Oh, right, so you're bringing her to me so that she can help.
Yes.
Right, okay, right, I see, sorry. Hi, I'm Simon. I'm Dorina. Nice to meet you.
We do, however, have a potential lead. Darina said that she saw some people passing the back door. Did she say that they came out the back door? The start.
It was from the same direction. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, it's seen in the area were a human with brown hair and nice clothes, an elf, no description given, and a silver dragonborn who I believe to be a poetical bard called Gildas.
Okay, so you've got 3 leads.
We've got 3 leads, yes, but we know the name of one of them. So we were wondering whether we have a couple of questions for you actually, whether you know whether this dragonborn is around, and do you have a key, and does anyone else have a key
To the back door?
Yes.
Only the council members will have a key to the back door. Or, of course, we loan it out for council business. Things
Someone
like
should
the-
maybe go and relock that for no reason.
Yes.
He looks over at Braldrin, and Braldrin goes, aye, okay. Shoulders her axe and goes downstairs. So, obviously, the door would have been unlocked a little bit last night as the elves were taking their stock checks, but that's all I can think of.
Oh, that makes sense.
Darina, when exactly were these people seen?
Sort of one after another, in fact. I was out there all night. I'm very tired. I'm sorry. I think I saw Gildas and the man first.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I've
It's of
heard
course.
you. I saw Gildas.
Sorry, I've read a lot of detective novels, and I was ready to get in there and catch you out, but never mind. Carry on.
And the man in the nice clothes first, and then I saw the elf, and they were dressed in sort of armour. It looked like they'd been fighting in the battle for Goldcrest, and they didn't look like one of the rangers that was doing the stock check at all.
That is interesting. Thank you.
Told you she was my friend.
I'm willing to do anything I can to help.
She knows too much.
Oh no.
No,
Can I get another insight check, please?
3. She
Yeah.
knows. I think I need to burn all of these dice, honestly.
So what's your plan? You're going to try and find this dragonborn, or
Well, so we've got a couple of different leads,
can we
but
get a description of the elf? Did we get that?
yeah, he's dressed in armour, not a ranger, and he looks like he was fighting for Goldcrest.
yeah?
Yeah. Just clarify.
Colour, hair,
No, I just.
eyes,
I mean, it was dark.
name.
It was dark. I didn't see the man. Hang on. Oh, actually, come to think of it, I do know a few elves from Goldcrest, and it wasn't any of them.
So the elf is not from Goldcrest.
But I swear, they had on sort of armour, and they had on the.
A costume.
Or just armour.
Maybe they were just sent to help Goldcrest, and they're actually from here.
Or
That seems
someone
unlikely.
cover the gnome's ears.
Someone cover the gnome's ears.
I do that.
A spy.
Don't.
Dun dun dun. Well done, Panto crowd.
I have written here, dun dun dun.
Spoilers.
So who are you going to go after first then?
Gildas.
Okay.
Sure.
He should be easy enough to find. Silver
Yeah, I mean, he is
Dragonborn.
a silver dragonborn.
And if you know him, that helps immensely.
he'll probably be waxing poetical somewhere.
Yeah,
Well, if
bards
he's
do
a
like to
poet.
talk.
I was going to say, if he's a poet, he'll be in the local pub, won't he?
Yeah, almost certainly.
Dotty, is it Dotty's Tavern?
Yes, it is Dotty's Tavern.
I know exactly where that is.
Okay, so you head forward then, I presume. Down, out of
Absolutely.
the stairs, out of the front door. You can feel the tension in the air.
Before we go, Fatchy will turn to Simon and quietly whisper, I do not trust that one. Keep an eye. And then leave.
Okay. Simon rolls an insight check. No, he doesn't trust her either.
Some slander.
She's been through a lot.
While you can feel the tension in the crowd outside the town hall, it's easy to pick your way through towards Dotty's Tavern. It is rammed with people.
On the
And it's
way,
to the-
are there any, random gold purses just hanging off people?
You're going to steal from refugees.
Morally ambiguous.
Oh, yeah. Steals from the
Roll a perception check.
poor.
18.
Absolutely. You see a
You have
human
+7.
male.
Oh, wait, no, I've got way more than that.
24.
You see a human male in incredibly nice clothes, with a really thick coin purse hanging off of his belt.
Can I steal it?
Roll a sleight of hand check.
9.
9.
So unlikely.
You move up to the belt and you're looking up, and the reason that you don't quite manage to steal it is you're noticing his hair colour.
Is it brown?
It is. And you stay there for just a beat too long, and he looks down and sees you like reaching up at his purse and goes, excuse me.
Hi, you have really nice hair. Can I touch it?
No. Get away from
Can
me.
you please come and meet my orc friend with me?
Thatchy, how much of an eye have you been keeping on Cora?
Oh, all right, I got a 16, so something of more than a 1.
So you then appear, Thatchy, at
Yeah.
this point. An orc. I see.
Hi, I'm Cora. What's your name?
My name is Irvin.
You have really nice clothes and brown hair.
Yes, well, I like to look the part, you know.
Congratulations, you look lovely.
Thank you. What am I talking to this orc about?
Have I heard that name before from any of the council members or whatever?
No.
Okay.
Can I join this conversation?
You can roll a history check if you've heard his name.
That's
You're from Homewood, I presume.
a 16.
I was not.
From Goldcrest?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you rolled a
This is
history check.
16. On
Okay,
that.
16.
Oh,
History. Well, that's a grand total of
9.
9. Yeah.
Okay, being a bard who's interested in local history, you do in fact know this guy. He was an aristocrat before the calamity.
An aristocrat.
No.
Damn it.
Stop with the cat puns. They're awful.
Well done. Well done.
Fair
Thanks,
enough.
guys. We'll see you
Yeah,
later.
let's-
We'll see you later, and that's it.
Yeah, let's claw it back now. So actually, what? And in fact, looking at this guy, he looks like he is an aristocrat. Crat. That's your fault. Carry on.
I think you've met my friend Dorina.
Dorina still with us?
No, she's
No,
we left her
Simon-
with
Oh,
Simon.
yeah.
You know.
Dorina? No, I don't know anyone by the name of Dorina.
She knows you, I think.
Well, quite a lot of people know me that I don't know. and it's-
Evan, can I ask you a question?
Evan.
Evan.
Yes.
Evan. I just write your name down as Evan. That's how you'll be going down in history, I'm afraid. What? Can I ask your whereabouts last night?
Dun,
Why?
dun, dun.
Well, it's just that there's been some stuff stolen, and we've been
We
given
wanted
a
to make sure.
description.
that you had-
No, listen.
We
I'm not-
wanted to make sure that you had nothing of your personal belongings taken, and we were just making sure where you were to
Roll.
make sure it didn't happen.
Roll a persuasion check.
Can I assist in that?
Yeah, so you get advantage.
Oh, that's good. It's still a +0. I get advantage. 17.
All right, so he looks at you quite frankly and goes, "And I suppose this Dorina fingered me for the crime. I was there last night, was I?"
She did not give us any names. However, she gave us a rather vague description of a human in nice clothes,
Well,
such
yes,
as
that
yours.
would bring you to me. Look at everyone.
Yes, but that doesn't change the fact that that you are the only person we've seen so far, and of course we have looked far and wide that fits the description, and so we'd just like to try and clear your name, really.
All right, listen, I was there last night. Sure, I was outside the town hall.
Well, we never said that that's where you had to be.
Well, I made some deductions of my own. Is that all right?
That is fine. Go
Sorry,
back to
I
writing.
didn't want to step on the toes of the master detectives.
Sorry.
Writing a mystery novel, are you?
Well, I'm actually writing the sort of the tale of all of this, but it may well be a mystery novel, especially if we don't find out who did it. So I'd like a conclusive ending.
Right. Well, I could probably give you a couple of suspects while I was out there.
All right.
I saw a dragonborn, difficult to miss.
Yes, we know him.
And I also saw an elf coming back from their prayers. Didn't get the gender. Looked like a soldier to me.
Is there anything else you can tell us about the elf in particular?
They were praying out by the meadows. Looked like they needed some seclusion. That's about it. I didn't look too closely. I was just out for an evening stroll.
What colour hair did they have? The elf.
No, I didn't see. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Listening to the way they talk when they're talking about what they saw,
Yeah.
like how honest they seem. Do they seem to be deflective, or do they?
Roll your insight check. And well done for not just shouting insight check at me.
That's a 26.
26. Yeah, they
I want to know
are.
his social security number. Like,
Everything.
You get the impression that they are indeed telling the absolute truth. And you feel that their motivations for telling the absolute truth is, in fact, Addis's journalism. Stood there taking all the notes down. They want to appear to be the witness that led you to the solution of the crime.
it's good to see that we still have upstanding citizens. And I drew across some dirt onto the bottom of his nice cloak.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
Sleight of hand. 13.
Sure. Sure, you could. It would have been nice and pretty, and would have been something cool. But 13 now, there's some dirt on his shoe now.
And
He didn't see.
well, can I ask more about your evening stroll? Did you see anything else on your evening stroll that might help lead us to the conclusive ending we're looking for?
So you don't think it was either of them then?
Well, of course we do, but we have yet to investigate them. But just if there was anything else.
Well, your ranger types. They were taking a stock check at the time, obviously, and they tend to be elvish, don't they?
Did they move any boxes?
I didn't see any boxes moved, no.
Okay.
Okay, well.
But I was only there for a brief moment.
Did you have a nice stroll?
I did, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you always go for?
Wonderful child you are.
Do you always go for a stroll at the same time every day, or just last night?
I don't know whether you've been living under a rock for the last day or so, but it's been a bit difficult to sleep.
Well, yes. Well, I was living under a blanket in a hall, but same thing.
I'm glad you managed to find a roof for your head.
Thank you.
Maybe we should go to Dottie's Tavern and leave this man alone.
We're in Dottie's Tavern, dear.
No, we're
I know
not.
we're on the
you
way.
were on the way to
Oh,
Dotty's
were we?
Tavern
Oh.
when
Sorry.
Cora decided to try and steal this
Apologies.
man's coin
Oh,
purse.
all right. Well, thank you.
Try that again.
Yes. Well, I think that will be everything. Yes. All right. We're to Dottie's Tavern then.
I know where it is. I can take you.
Okay. And as you reach Dotty's Tavern, you open the door. It's completely rammed, like I say. The bar isn't even operational at this point. Nobody is serving food or drink. People are just in here for the sake of being inside. And stood on the bar, scroll in hand, reciting some kind of poem that you've just come to the end of, is a silver dragonborn male. And as you open the door, there is a smattering of applause.
Yes,
And they
bards.
catch your eye, and their heart sinks in their face.
Well, it's lovely to see you, Gildas. It's good to see you again.
And that is where we're going to have to leave this Hour of Adventurers Wanted. I'm really sorry.
Gutted.
Thank you so much for coming, everybody. If you did enjoy the show, please do spread the word on your social medias and face-to-face with people. We're out on Twitter at Adventurers250, and everywhere else we're Adventurers Wanted. That's Facebook, it's Instagram. It's also Twitch, where we've been live streaming everything, and on Twitter at Adventurers250 we've been live tweeting everything. That's what Naomi's been doing with her tablet at the back there. Oh no, laptop, my mistake. There it is. So, like I said at the beginning, this is the 51st hour of 100, so there are 49 left. So if you do want to see where the story goes, please do come back. But if you can't find your way back here, you can catch up on Twitch and on Twitter. We also have a Patreon if you really like what we do and you feel like you'd like to support us. We do this in London and in Brighton. We try and do something in London every month, and we do free play events to bring the hobby of D&D to a wider, more inclusive audience. It's really important to us. You can also come and play with us on stage, which is what Erin and Miranda have done here. Those tickets are limited availability, but there are still some of them going at the Sweet Box office as far as I'm aware, so ask about that. Just before we leave then, I'd like to throw over to our wonderful players to let them plug something that they'd like to plug. Looking around, I'm not sure whether there's going to be any plugs for specific Fringe shows, but something from your own life. You keep it to about a line.
Okay.
For me. Thanks. Reese, start us off.
Hi, my name's Reese. I am a punter, and I honestly just came up to play here and see my friends. But it's just go out, enjoy your Fringe, try as many different things as you possibly can.
If poetry isn't your thing, then I will have a thing of interest in the form of the anti-slam, which is where professional, really good poets have to perform the worst poems that they can possibly concoct.
Oh my God, I want...
It is at the Banshee Labyrinth, I believe, on either the 23rd or 24th. You can find all the details online. I think it's by Varjak. If you have a look, you should be able to find the event. They do it every year. It's a one-night only thing, and it is completely, absolutely terrible.
In a good way.
Yeah, in the best way. Yeah.
Miranda.
In my real life, I work for a cosplay YouTube channel, which is called The 86th Floor. That's 86TH. Yeah, the 86th Floor at Cosplay and Cons, and we go all over Europe and the UK filming cosplay at comic conventions. We also make short music videos based on video games or comic books. We've done one based on Harley Quinn, where we took 6 Harley Quinn cosplayers to an abandoned prison and made a music video. We've done Spider-Man. It's cool. All good fun. Check it out.
Looks awesome. Erin?
Hi, I'm an Edinburgh resident, so I live here for the other 11 months of the year. if you're ever about Edinburgh, there's a charity that's very close to my heart called Sans Lothian for stillborn and neonatal death. It supports mothers and family who have lost babies. If you're ever in the area, they have a shop on South Clark Street. Pop down, support them. That would be great. Thank you.
Fantastic. All that remains for me to say is please give our players a wonderful round of applause. Thank you very much.